Me, me.
Wait, did we just become best friends? So nice to meet you. I think you're cool.
Piece of shit wristwatch.
What up, Bandido? So we got another banger for you. It's an LMG build using the Gr9, and we are going to be running around with a mag that's 375 large, and the RPMs, well, 1,519. So how are we pulling this off? Well, it's a combination of mechanics, the new gear, and the modifiers. We've been hunting for some golden nugget combinations, and just like the Bullet King build we found the other day, here's another one. I'm definitely going to walk you through all the build details, but let me just show you how this works real quick. As you can see, I have 375 rounds. The Gr9 with the large pouch from Gunner by default has a 250 round mag. So we're pushing that up by an additional 125 rounds, which is 50%. It's really easy to do this on the fly, and you sort of build the mechanic into your muscle memory. And so what's really cool is that we're not only getting a big mag, but we're also getting the boost to RPMs as well. So this is how it works. What I do is I rotate to my pistol, and then I pick up the 375 from the Centurion holster, then I rotate back to my pistol, and then I pick up the RPMs. You only have to do that periodically because your mag is so large. So basically every 400 rounds, you have to do that quick rotation, and it happens really fast. Once I have my mag set to 375, I can continue to rotate weapons just to refresh the RPM and to maintain the RPM. And so what it looks like during combat is just a double tap to the pistol, double tap to the pistol again, and then that refreshes my mag and it refreshes my RPM. And then from that point forward, I just switch weapons to maintain my RPM lift. And then when my mag runs dry, I do the same double tap to my pistol, I refill my mag, double tap to my pistol, and I'm back to my RPMs. So yes, you are adding a quick step, but because your mag is so large, it's not really cumbersome because you're not doing it that often. And we're critting over 1 million, and this is what the full build looks like. So let's look at the Gr9. I have 12 expertise on it. The default RPM is 863. That's gonna push to over 1,500 RPMs with this tactic. I have damage to targets out of cover, damage to armor. So we're running strain on this, which is giving us 10% critical hit damage for every half a second you are firing, stacking up to 5 times. 50% critical hit damage, and then large pouch for 50 rounds. I have crit chance as the pointer, and then crit chance for the muzzle. And this comes fixed with a built-in scope of 8x with crit chance. For the backup weapon, by default on a lot of builds, I just end up running the rock and roll ACS shotgun, and I'm running Gunner for 10% armor on kill, but it's also giving me that extra large mag pouch and additional ammo, which is very handy. We're running 4 pieces of striker, mostly for the weapon handling and an additional boost of 15% rate of fire. And we're running striker's gamble for the 100 stacks of amplified damage, and I'm running crits here. But I decided to run the chest piece because our RPMs are so high and because our mag is 400 rounds, we're able to fill those stacks and then maintain them. So we now have 200 stacks of amplified damage. Very powerful, feels great. And I'm running the gloves with a little bit of armor, and the knee pads also with armor and crit damage. Now for the backpack, I'm running Palisades. That's pushing us to 20% armor on kill. I have armor here with crits, and then I'm running Bloodsuckers so that we have a endless supply of armor, and that's earned on kill. Very easy to maintain with this build, I gotta say. This will not work without this Centurion's Scabbard exotic holster. This holster is badass. It's probably the best piece of gear we received this season. So weapon damage, weapon handling, crit chance, and we're playing into both. So when we first cycle over over to our pistol, we're picking up that magazine size and that reload speed. So that pushes us to 375. Then we swap to our pistol again, and then back to our LMG, and now we have that 20% rate of fire plus 20% weapon damage, and then we just keep refreshing that until it's time to refill our mag. For skills, you can run whatever. A decoy is actually pretty good back here, and then I'm running a fixer just because we can't run a shield, but whatever. Here's the other important part of making this work: the modifiers. So the global modifier we're playing into specifically is the short range one, which is 1.2x amplified damage. And then we're running all out. So you lock this in and that gives you up to 300% more damage over time. You get 5% more basically every half a second. The duration by default is 50 seconds and every kill stretches that out. Okay, so you want to run all 3 short range modifiers, which feels really good because we're getting 50% weapon handling based on our headshot damage. So if we look at our stats here, we have 55% crit chance, 103% crit damage. That goes up by 50% because of our talent on the weapon. And then we're getting about 42% weapon handling because our headshot damage is at 85%. So that's on top of the weapon handling that's already on the build. So we're now at about 64, 65% weapon handling. And then if you're standing still, you're gonna get another 10% from gun. So that's really handy because with all those RPMs, your gun can get wild, and so the weapon handling is going to help you land more of those shots. Now we're running impatient. So rate of fire plus 30%, and reload time is improved by 30%, but the magazine is reduced by 50% when equipped. This doesn't happen when you're running that Centurion holster. Something in the game that contradicts that. So we're able to maintain that full 375 rounds. And then we're running liability. So this gives us an additional 30% more damage to armored enemies within short range, and we're locking everybody into short range no matter what range they actually are. But you also receive additional incoming damage of 15%, which is fine. You're mostly playing from cover, aggressive or not. How all out works is you basically want to step up to your target, activate all out, and then make sure you get a kill in the short range within 10 seconds, and then you're locked in. This is a ton of fun, guys. I totally recommend you try this one. You're going to have a blast. Let me know what you think. Catch you on the next one. Thank you for hanging out with me today. My name is Tuxedo Bandido. That's Tito Bandido.
What's crack-a-lackin'?
And this was another episode of The Division 2. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to ensure you don't miss out on the fantastic experiences waiting for you in The Division 2. And if you like builds like this, check out the recommended build video I have here for you. If you have anything you want to see covered, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make everything possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be without you.
When you buy a game from Ubisoft, enter the creator code Tuxedo Bandido to support the channel. Easy peasy. Now maybe this cheapskate can afford to sign me up for that dating app I've had my eyes on.
Follow me.
I get it.